of the Lord. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balaram, Radha Damodara, Palgopal Gaurita, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. Yeah, on Friday, I think we left it at when the Lord Krishna felled the trees, the Yamala Arjun trees, which was standing in the courtyard of Nanda Baba's ashram. And they had been there for many, many years, 10,000, 20,000 years, something like that. And they had been there because two devatas got cursed by Narad Muni, and he blessed them to be trees in the household of Nand Maharaj, and Krishna would come one day and liberate them. So this is what's happening. Seated on the ground with his legs spread before him, Krishna entertained himself by flicking the rope and watching it wave to the mortar. He laughed to see the ropes dancing. These ropes are also personalities, actually, in their own right. And they have been touched by Krishna, so they're ecstatic and they're dancing. Although Krishna could uproot the powerful Arjun trees, he was unable to free himself of his mother's rope of affection. This is another inconceivable aspect of God, Krishna. The huge trees he smashed down very easily, even though he's only 2 years and 2 months old. But yet, he couldn't untie himself from the mortar to which he had been tied by rope by his mother. Why? Because his mother's rope of affection is very, very powerful, very strong. Suddenly, the two effulgent forms of Nalakuvera and Manigriva emerged from the fallen trees. So, the trees had come down, and Nalakuvera and Manigriva manifested from those trees. Although they had been naked at the time of being cursed, they were now richly attired in celestial clothes, ornaments, and crowns. Narad had ensured that they would not be unclothed when appearing before the Lord. So the devotees are so kind. They look after every aspect of the Lord's service and the service of the devotees to the Lord. So Narad Muni knew, they're going to get darshan. Well, Lord can't have darshan of them naked. So he made sure that they were fully dressed. The demigods rose in the air, and their striking beauty radiated splendor throughout the surroundings. The demigods thought, here is the Supreme Lord, for whom we have been waiting for so long. They bowed before the Lord. Krishna continued to play with the rope and mortar. He acknowledged their presence with a brief glance. However, he seemed more interested in playing than in the demigods. This is Krishna's natural mood. He's very attracted to his devotees, especially the intimate devotees, much more so than the prayers offered by the sages or the hymns chanted from the Vedic scriptures. The demigods had a wonderful exchange with Krishna and offered praise to the Lord while the Lord played. In their bewilderment, the demigods just shook their heads and kneeled before Krishna and said, we cannot understand your Lordship. In trying to do so, we become confused and disorientated. Therefore, it is better that we simply offer our obeisances unto you and chant your names and glories. Krishna then stopped playing and turned his full attention to the demigods. You are right. So it's Krishna, little child. I am the Supreme Lord. But if you fail to know me, then how can you say that I am who you think I am? So he's using their logic and questioning them. You say you don't know me, so how do you know I'm the Supreme Lord? This confused the demigods even more. And seeing their plight, Krishna showed mercy on the brothers and showed him his two-handed form with the flute. The demigods were in ecstatic ecstasy and then offered praise and prayers, wonderful praise and prayers. Understanding that the Brijabasis will soon be coming due to the noise of the falling of the trees, the demigods asked Krishna's permission to depart. Before leaving, they requested that they become servants of the Gopas. Pleased by their humility, he advised them to go to Narad, and by his grace, he will fulfill your desires, their desires. So this is the beauty of Krishna and the devotees. Krishna will look after the devotees, and he will ask them also to go to his senior devotees in order to be blessed. The devotees are so powerful. They can bless everyone and anyone. Even those who have had darshan of Krishna can get more purified and more blessed by the association of the pure devotee. So this is really phenomenal. These are the two devatas praying to Krishna while he's still tied to the mortar and playing actually with the rope and the mortar. He also told them that they can ask for a boon, and they asked to be blessed with pure devotion. So this is perfection. You know, if we can pray to the Lord for so many things, and the Lord will no doubt grant those things. But the thing that we really are lacking is devotion to the Lord. So when we get the opportunity, we simply say to them, my dear Lord, please allow me to perform some loving service to you. They also offered further prayers, which made Krishna laugh as he was shackled to the mortar. He thought, these are not really ropes, but the bonds of my mother's love. While I am bound by her love, demigods are bound by my Maya. Although they call me the Lord of Gokul, I am tied like a calf. What kind of Lord is that? While they praise me, the scolding of mother is much more pleasing. So Krishna replied to the demigods, your past life in Narad's kindness to you is well known to me. Had Narad not desired it, I would never have shown you mercy to you offenders. So this is the beauty of the devotee. He's so kind, much more kinder than the Lord. The devotee has greater compassion than the Lord. And the devotee always wants to see other living entities get closer to Krishna. Even they may not deserve it. And this is why they are devotees. They're so kind. And Krishna is then duty-bound to fulfill the desire of his devotees. That would be have been contrary to everything I stand for. However, Narad was kind to you, regardless of your offensive behavior. He awarded you punishment that would bring you to your senses. He took away the source of your blindness, which was your wealth. But by Narad's mercy, you have already been freed from your bondage. Therefore, ask for my mercy gratuitously. Asking for my mercy is gratuitous. Had you not seen Narad, you would not be seeing me. This is the power of the devotee. If you want to see Krishna, you have to go through the devotees. Hence, your suffering would have continued. This is a truly beautiful painting. Krishna wanted to wrap up his conversation with the two demigods so that he can get on with the more important matter of playing with the Gopas. Raising his right hand in a gesture of blessing, Krishna said, Nalakuver and Manigriva, you may both return home where your family is eagerly awaiting you. As for your desire to be always absorbed in my service, I assure you, it will be fulfilled in a way that your domestic life will not pose an obstacle. So we know, right, in Grihastha life, it's not easy to fully focus on the Supreme Lord. So Krishna is returning them back to their home again. But he's also assuring them, don't worry, you will be able to do prema bhakti, your bhakti. You will be absorbed in my service, and your family life will not get in the way. That's a really good blessing. Whatever you want will be fulfilled by Narad's desire. By his grace, you have developed love for me and thus attained the topmost goal of life. Keep Narad always in your heart. And because I am always in his heart, you shall never be separated from me. This is so nice. Your material existence has now come to an end. What an amazing blessing. Huh? Nalakuvera and Manigriva were heartbroken to leave the Lord, but they had to. Bowing down one more time, the demigods turned and rose into the sky. Sorrowfully looked back at Gokul, which had been their home for so long. They left for heaven. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam 10:11:6. Rianj, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Ulukalam vikarshantam nanabaddham swamatmajam vilokyananda prahasar vadano vimumochaha. Translation. When Nanda Maharaja saw his own son bound with ropes to the golden water and dragging it, he smiled and released Krishna from his bonds.
With the demigods gone, Krishna was now free to resume his role as cowherd boy. So up to now, he was a very strange sight, right? Two heavenly personalities praying to a little boy. Very unusual sight. So he was now free, and he longed for his friends. Standing up to better see over the fallen branches, he caught sight of them in the distance and signaled to them to come and play with him. So we can carry on tomorrow because this is now entering another stage of the Lila, which is much less formal. We just finished the part where the demigods offered their prayers, and Krishna also reciprocated with instructions and guidance to them and informing them how the mercy of the devotee is so great. So it's very good to hear this because, we all need this push, this guidance, this compassion, and it is available. It is available there. So especially when we go to holy places, because there's so many sants and devotees and kind-hearted personalities who we can please, and that will in turn please Lord Krishna. So are there any questions or any comments? Okay, so let's stop there. Lord Damodar ki jai, Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai.